What happens when a YouTube creator tries to make a serious horror film and expectations are already stacked against it? This movie isn't just any regular movie. It's a full-on debate, and we're talking about Iron Lung. I'm your host, Aaron Haig, and beside me is...
Your other host, Libby Collins.
And welcome back to the 6th episode of the
Forget the Critics
podcast.
On today's episode, we're going to be diving deep into Iron Lung, as well as a full review on the new movie, Send Help.
Perfect. Before we get into these reviews, though, we are going to be replacing our 2026 blind rankings with a new game that I have created myself. Now, this is going to be for Libby once again. Here's how it's going to go. We're going to be talking about Send Help later on in the episode. So why not make a game with it? Here's how it's going to happen. This game is called the Survival Game. Very original, I know. But the setup is inspired by the plot of Send Help. So if you don't know what it's about, here it is. The scenario. You're stranded on a remote island. There's no outside communication. No rescue is coming anytime soon. You're not alone, though. You're with a highly skilled survival expert. She's already explored the entire island, knows the terrain, the resources, and the safest routes. What's the catch? There are no weapons, and the island is home to aggressive, deadly wild boars. The goal is simple. Survive long enough to make it off the island alive. Now, I'm going to give Libby a bunch of characters from movies we've already watched and talked about on the podcast. So if you don't know any of those movies or haven't seen any of those episodes, pause this right now, go back and watch those. All right, now that you're back, you're going to have to tell me, are these characters surviving or not? So here we go. First character, and I have a slideshow to show you the scene and the characters, okay?
Ooh, okay.
Here's our scene. Just for some pictures for the viewers that have never seen Send Help, right? Here's the survival expert. Here's the island. Okay, you can see she kind of looks crazy in that top right picture. Now, our first character, you ready for this?
Yes.
Is Marty Supreme surviving, and why?
Okay, off rip, I'm going to say Marty Supreme is not surviving. And my biggest thing is, I can't imagine him in a jungle. He lives in the middle of a city, and the only way he achieves success in the movie is like he's so good with people. The island is lacking people.
Right.
And yeah, maybe he could be a little charming and like, what is that? Have some charisma.
With the girl.
Charisma. Yeah.
He could riz her. And that's what she wanted. She just wanted that riz.
Yeah, she did. But no, yeah, I think he's got like a lot of street smarts. I don't think he's cut out for, even if he did manage to like kill her, what would he do? He wouldn't survive.
Yeah, I don't even know if he could fight her off. Because, I mean, look at him.
All right. I mean, I feel like you're implying she's like swole. She's also small.
No, I'm not. Okay, I guess she is small, but I mean, I feel like she could fight him off more, you know? I just got that feeling.
Yeah, she probably could. She took out a boar.
Yeah, I mean, she took out a boar in the movie.
And she, like, knows how to make weapons.
I mean, she has the weapon. She has a knife and a spear. Marty Supreme would have no weapon. I mean, he's got his paddle. Yeah, he's got a paddle.
What's he gonna do? Spank her with
I mean,
it?
he could. Sheesh. I guess.
He's dying.
Okay. All right, next character. Samson from 28 years later. Is he surviving?
Samson is absolutely surviving. And he's just gonna eat her.
Yeah, he's probably gonna rip her head off, to be honest.
He's not getting away from him.
That ain't no wild boar, too. I mean, he'd probably kill the wild boar with just his hands.
He probably would. This is so funny that you even put him on here. Like, this isn't a debate.
Yeah, no, this is just if you say he's not surviving, you're stupid.
You're wrong.
Yeah, you're stupid.
You're wrong.
Okay, you ready for this next character?
Mm-hmm.
So, Samson is surviving. Jake Sully, fan favorite.
Jake Sully. Okay.
Look at him. He's so hot.
Woo, yeah.
Woo.
Jake Sully, he's really, really good in Pandora.
He's also, mind you, he's also probably double her height.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
What is he, like 8 feet tall?
Yeah, I think they're like 8 feet tall.
Yeah.
Also, he's a former Marine.
Former Marine. So he probably knows how to handle the island.
Yeah, he definitely does. He's surviving.
Yeah.
This is another one.
That's another, like, if you say no,
like,
you're dumb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, say that word again. I'm going to censor you.
If you say no, you're...
You didn't even move your mouth, bro.
Oh, yeah, I don't know why I did say... You're dumb. It's like when you try and drop a book to cover a fart.
The book announces the fart.
Yes.
Okay, next.
Okay, this is the deaf dad from Primate. Is he surviving?
I don't think he is.
I don't think so either.
Oh, but well, you know what though? Wait, she's already crazy when they're on the island with her.
I think she starts to go crazy once she's on the island. Well, yeah, no. When he arrives, she's already crazy. Like, in this situation, let's just say she's already, like, the crazy state.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he's cooked because he can't hear her. Like, he's totally deaf.
Yeah.
He's cooked. He ain't surviving.
And that whistle isn't going to save him from a human.
But that whistle, if a search boat comes, that whistle could get their attention.
True. So he could survive if he gets the attention of a boat.
Yeah, if he survived, it would be very, very lucky. Otherwise, I don't think he's making it.
All right, so he's not surviving. Next character, final character. Not The Rock, but Calvin Joyner from Central Intelligence.
Bro.
I just wanted to put him in there just because. Just don't think about Kevin Hart. Think about his character in Central Intelligence. Is he surviving this island?
I don't know what to think.
I don't think he is.
I kind of don't think he is either. Because he's, first of all, he doesn't have that like fighter attitude. Or well,
the only thing he's got about him was he was like the star athlete in high school. That's the only thing that's good for him.
He could maybe fight her off.
Yeah.
But I do think Kevin Hart is like 5'4". And I wonder, you should look up how tall is Rachel McAdams. Is that her name? McAdams?
Let's see.
I mean,
she's 5'4", so they're probably the same height.
So they're like the same height. I'm assuming he's more muscular. I feel like he looks more muscular.
Oh, Kevin Hart might win. He's a foot tall or an inch taller. Okay. He's 5'5". So
if it came down to it, and he could get her weapon out of her hand, I think he could beat her up. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt.
Really? You're gonna give it to him?
I am.
What about The Rock?
Oh yeah. Well, he's well, The Rock, do you mean, or do you mean Bob Stone?
Bob Stone.
Bob Stone works for like the CIA. Like,
what about The Rock in real life? You think he's getting off that island?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I agree.
And he's doing it like effortlessly too, probably. He's like the most nonchalant person, isn't he?
He's got to be up there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Okay, what did we have? Marty Supreme.
Dead.
Samson.
He's living. Jake Sully. He's living.
Yeah.
The deaf dad from Primate. Dead. Calvin Joyner. You gave him the benefit of the doubt. He's surviving. I would have said he's dead, but you gave him okay. So that's 2 out of 3 dying, or 2 out of 5 dying. So you got 3 that are living.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. All right. Let's move on. We are going to talk about Iron Lung now. Get back. We had watched Iron Lung yesterday. Markiplier's movie. If you don't know who that is, he used to be a YouTube. I guess he probably still does make content. I don't know. I haven't watched his content in a while. I watched him as a kid, but he made a lot of YouTube content, mostly gaming. And I remember watching him on a TV show where they would take a bunch of YouTube creators like Jacksepticeye, Dan TDM, Markiplier, and they would like showcase a bunch of their YouTube videos. I remember watching him as a kid. So when I saw this movie was coming out, I thought it was awesome. I had no idea what Iron Lung was. What we did though is we did watch someone play the game, so we can't be flamed on that one.
Don't gatekeep.
Yep.
We love our guy Joe Bartolozzi.
Yeah, we won't gatekeep. Joe Bart is amazing. We watched him play Iron Lung.
He got through it very quickly, I feel.
I think he chopped it up though because yeah.
But he only died. He only died playing the game once.
That is true. And that was just because he didn't know what the beeping things were.
Yeah.
He's just like, all right, I'm just gonna send it, and he just goes into a wall.
That was stupid. But yeah, we saw that. That was like, you had never seen anyone play the game before?
No, I hadn't even heard of it.
Okay, yeah. Me neither, obviously. I live under a rock. I don't hear about these kinds of things. But seeing the game and then seeing the movie, like, they were so similar.
Yes.
But also, like, watching someone play the game, and also, I'm sure if you played the game, you know, like, there were no spoilers for what was going to happen in the movie.
What do you mean by that? No spoilers?
Like, in the game,
yeah,
he didn't find that little, like, ship thing, right?
No. I think he must have made that stuff up for the movie though to make it longer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though.
Oh.
Like, the movie had, like, they were similar, but it still had its own, like, story.
Yeah, it had an extra. Yeah, that was good. I thought that was creative. It had extra stuff, and I think that's a great positive to say is the movie had added some more lore to the storyline that made sense. Like it wasn't, because watching the video game and then watching this, you weren't thinking this doesn't really make sense. It did.
Yeah.
I think that was great. But let's roll into some of the positives that we have written down here. Starting from the top, I would have never known that this movie was made by Markiplier and on a low budget if I was never told. So this movie, if you didn't know, was actually made with a little under $3 million. And Markiplier, I'm pretty sure he, wrote this all up. Obviously, he had some people help, but if I didn't see his face on this movie, I would have never known, because I think it was made in so well visually. It looked like a regular movie.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I couldn't tell that they were balling on a budget.
Not at all. And I think the movie proves that too, which is why it's a controversial movie right now. And it's been taken off the box office because the movie was made with such a low budget, yet it's outdoing movies with higher budgets. It, like, the first week, it was #1 in box office.
I feel like you can tell something is low budget though when someone is stuck. The movie only shows one room the whole time though.
Yeah, true. And
I can't think of any other movie I've seen that's like that.
And there was only like 3 characters that were on screen.
Yeah.
I think only 3. Well, some of the flashbacks were other characters. I wonder though, were those actual actors, or do you think he was just like, hey, reaching out to some of his family members, just like asking them to do that? Because I mean, those flashback actors don't really need to do anything, so you wouldn't need to hire anyone crazy.
Yeah, I have no idea.
And even that girl, the one with the scarred eye, you could have literally just like gone up to your wife or sister and be like, hey, I'm gonna have someone do you some makeup. You just have to say these lines. Like, you don't have to do anything that crazy, and it wouldn't affect the movie at all.
Should we make a movie? That sounds weird.
Let's ball on a budget. Let's make a $1,000 movie.
Yeah. Wait, I actually want to try.
It would probably be so hard.
Well, we have all the time in the world to make one.
I guess. Let's try it. What should it be about?
We're not gonna disclose any spoilers on air right now, but just know, guys, when you see this movie, your mind will be blown.
Yeah, that's code word for we have no idea, but
well, I just brought it up. Of course we have no idea. Stay tuned. Movie coming out 2045.
Whoa. Okay. Anyway, next, the camera angles in this movie made it feel more eerie. It made it feel even more like anxious, I guess you could say. Just the way that they were showing the condensation and the blood seeping through,
Mhm.
it was just like different shots and different angles, and the music behind it too made it feel like scary, made you feel like you were actually like kind of trapped. Like I know I would hate this because I don't like deep ocean and not knowing where you are, and especially being in human blood, that would be crazy. And just like the camera angles on Markiplier and that one scene as well where he couldn't see without taking a picture, that just made me feel so like,
What do you mean that one scene?
you remember where he like for a long time he couldn't see
Oh,
because the
because it
lights
was
were off.
dark. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you meant he couldn't see where he was going. I was like, Aaron, that was the whole movie.
That was the whole movie. No, just inside, like he couldn't see without taking. I thought for sure we were about to get jump scared when that was happening. Like one of the
Really?
times when he just flashed the button, like something was gonna jump scare.
Okay, so I guess that's one thing where I actually have a different opinion. I don't feel like there was as much of a suspenseful build in this. Like I wasn't anticipating something bad to happen at that point. And then that one part where like you thought someone had walked in front of the screen, like I didn't even notice. We had to replay that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I wasn't expecting anything. It wasn't really causing me to feel anxious.
Interesting. Well, yeah, we disagree on that one. But I think you had already kind of brought this up. The movie looked very good in comparison to the game. Everything was like almost exactly the same. Like the control board was very similar. The and then to go along with looking very good, the scene when he was dreaming. I don't know, I guess if he was dreaming or if he was just like going crazy, but there was like a good chunk of the movie, like maybe 20 or 30 minutes, where what was actually happening was in his head. It wasn't actually what was happening. Do you remember that? Where he was like going along, snapping pictures, and then all of a sudden he was like hearing this woman talk, and then he was like going to a certain location, and he ended up like going into the light, and then he like woke up in blood and like seeing this like monster.
Yeah, I do know what you're talking about.
Like all of that was in his head. That didn't actually any of that happen. That was like kind of confusing.
That was really confusing.
But I thought all of that looked good because when he had woken up in that area, it was like the colors were crazy.
Mm-hmm.
As well as like when that last scene where it was like exploding, that looks really cool too.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, how do you think he did that? Do you think that was AI?
No way. I don't know, I guess. It's a great question.
Because it looked like an actual monster, and like,
I feel like knowing the type of guy Markiplier is he wouldn't use AI.
I don't know anything about Markiplier.
I feel like, and if there was AI in the movie, people would have shut it down quicker.
You think?
Yeah. But I mean, also at the same time, I think if Markiplier is willing to dish out money from his own pocket to make this movie, he's going to put the time and effort in. He's not going to cut corners with AI. Whereas like a big company like Marvel, for instance, not saying they've done it, maybe they have, but for instance, them who are just trying to pump out movies, they might cut some corners with some AI.
Yeah. I'd be very curious to see how he did all of these scenes, like his arm getting ripped off and
Yeah.
like that whole like zombie thing. Like, you don't think any of that was AI?
I don't think so.
His budget was so small. Like, how do you think he did all of that?
I guess I don't even know how you do that with a big budget. I don't know the
Isn't it
science
just
behind
like
it.
crazy like CGI?
Maybe I wonder how much that would cost. Like maybe he had the money to do that because he didn't have to pay a ton of actors.
Oh, true.
Maybe, I don't know.
Wow.
Good question though.
We should look into it.
Yeah, I think that's something that should be known. Let us know actually in the comments if you know if you know any of that. But I guess I'm gonna move on to the negatives.
Mm-hmm.
So it was confusing at times, even though we have seen someone play the video game. We somewhat knew the lore. I don't like, why did he need to grab the box from the bottom of the submarine? Like, I understand he was being told to do it, being told to grab it because it was going to like be very important, but why did he need to grab it? Was there something on it that transmitted the data back up to the humans, or was it a bomb that he had to press to detonate? Because there was a bomb went off, and I don't know.
I don't know either. I was so confused. There were so many points in this movie where I like wanted to give up. I was like, I don't understand what's
I could tell
happening
you were
right
getting
now.
sick of it.
There was one part too. The quality wasn't the best when we were watching it, but there was like very very dark scenes and
Yeah.
you literally could not tell what you were looking at.
Yeah,
Like,
that was kind of bad.
and they would go on for many minutes at a time and I'm like, "Oh my god, like I can't tell what's going on. All
I
I
was
can hear
laughing.
is some noises or he's like talking to himself."
Yeah.
It was bothering me.
I also kind of wanted to know how was he imagining these people just walking through the submarine? Like, there was one time where he saw someone walk through, and he saw this person and like went to go check on him, nothing. And then he actually saw someone standing near his seat that looked like their arms were ripped off. Do you think that was like another person, like that was foreshadowing of what would happen to him? I'm thinking about it now because that person that was standing next to his seat had both arms ripped off and the entire face, like, you know how the blood was kind of like burning and like rippling his skin?
Yeah,
It
like
kind of had looked like that.
I agree. He looked very like blistery and
Maybe that was
stuff.
foreshadowing of like what was going to happen.
Maybe it was. But was that all in his imagination? Like he foreshadowed his own death?
He could have. But like, also, that's another point that was super confusing was, what was that voice at the very end too? Like, telling him not to listen about that greater purpose, you know?
It sounded like the girl's voice from the other submarine.
Those two voices sounded super similar though. The submarine girl and the captain.
Yeah, what
Those
was
voices were
I
very
don't remember
similar.
what her name was.
I would
Ava. Her name was Ava.
Yeah. But I'm wondering, was that some sort of like demonic reference, like that voice?
I was also wondering that, and then it started to make me uncomfortable.
I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
didn't really understand it, and I tried to look at some YouTube videos like explaining what it really meant, and they were kind of just explaining the lore behind Iron Lung, but I want to know how exactly that stuff pieces together. I know all of that is added on for the movie purpose, but how does it make sense, I guess, is what I really want to know.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, I don't know. It was confusing.
did you overall like the movie or not really?
I wouldn't watch it again.
I think it was too long.
Yeah, I agree. It was a little over 2 hours.
Yeah.
Probably could have been 45 minutes shorter.
Yeah, it could have been an hour, hour and a half long.
Mhm.
I think I just still I'm hung up on it because I think it was still good. I mean, the stuff that he added on was really good to make it actually, because I going into it, I was super interested in this movie because I was like, man, how are they going to turn this game into a movie? And I was like, there's a lot of potential here. And I think he capitalized on that potential. I just think maybe it was a bit too long.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, when you think about it, the quality of the game is like I think like Joe Bart literally said he felt like he was playing first generation Minecraft or something.
yeah.
That's what it looked like. So that's I guess it's cool that he brought it all to life and made it look
Yeah.
super realistic and gave it its own plot and everything.
Such an interesting game to find like an obsession over,
Mhm.
because it's not like a progressive game. You literally would just have to play that same story over and over again.
Yeah, you just have to keep beating it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I wonder if like maybe he played it once and was like, "Oh, I'm making a movie," or if he just like played it over and over again. I don't know.
Maybe he played it and was really bad at it. And he enjoyed working up and getting through it. And then when he finally beat it, he was like, man, that was so fun. And he wanted to make a movie.
Yeah, maybe he could never beat it for a while.
Yeah.
And he didn't even beat it in the movie.
Yeah. Well, technically in the game, you don't beat it either.
Oh, yeah, you get eaten by the fish.
I kept waiting for that to happen.
In the movie?
Yeah. I was like, when is that fish going to just bite through the submarine?
Mm-hmm.
Or was it a fish? I think the correct word is anomaly.
Anomaly. Or I guess the lore is a frog. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. A frog or a dragon.
Frog and a dragon. Yeah.
Yep. I do remember that.
Well, there it is, guys. Iron Lung. Let us know how you feel about our takes on it. Libby hates it.
Yeah. I don't even feel like it's worth watching. Like if you're
Whoa!
okay, that sounds mean. If you're considering watching it right now after hearing everything we said, maybe it is worth watching it just once.
If you like Markiplier, watch the movie. That's what I'll say.
Okay, if you're like me and you didn't know who that even was, there's no need to watch it. You can listen to someone summarize it. Honestly, go watch Joe Bart play the game. That's all you need.
Yeah, like good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Final point. All right, send help. Let's move on. So, we watched this movie, Send Help, as you could see from our scene, our game earlier. Basically, the movie is about a girl who works at a corporate office. She's supposed to be the next up vice president, but the CEO, president of the company, ends up dying, which then passes the role on to his brat of a kid, his absolute douchebag of a son.
Ooh.
Absolute of a son. So he then comes in the office and decides to elect his old fraternity friend who plays golf.
Okay, we need to use names. You're confusing people.
Bradley.
The Bradley is he inherits his dad's business. Bradley is the
yes. And Linda is who's supposed to be the new vice president, and she works her tail off, okay? And then the fraternity friend who ends up getting the raise, or he ends up becoming the vice president because he plays golf. I forget his name. Donovan. He ends up getting it instead, which makes her really mad. And Bradley's explanation for why she doesn't get this role is because, you're just weird. You eat tuna sandwiches in your cubicle and it stinks. And he's like, everyone doesn't like the way you smell.
he was like, if you're gonna be in such an executive position, you need to have better people skills. And then that's when he told her, he was like, you're not really forming many connections here. Which
honestly, bold take here. I think Linda didn't even deserve to be vice president. I just think Bradley went at it the wrong way, because I kind of agree with him. Like, depending on, I guess, what the vice president does, if he's explaining that the vice president is exactly how he was talking, then I think that he's right to make the decision not to elect her as vice president if she needs to have people skills, because she didn't have people skills. But if it wasn't, people skills, then she probably deserved the role.
She had been at the company for like 6 years or something.
6 or 7 years.
Oh, jeez.
Like I think it was 7.
Okay, she had been with the company for 7 years. Donovan had been with the company for a few months. And in the start of the movie, he heads over to her cubicle and he's like, oh, like, did you get those papers done? He made her do all the work. It's just a workaholic, works really hard for the company. So I did feel bad for her. She wasn't getting the promotion and the better pay, but I think you're right. Like, socially, she was weird.
Yeah. But so to further on, instead, Bradley invites her to Bangkok, which is some big event. And he's like, maybe you can prove to me that you're good. And so she comes along on this trip. The plane ends up malfunctioning. Engines blow up. They crash in the water. They end up washing up on this island. I don't remember exactly where it was, but the only people who survived were Bradley and Linda. Linda ironically, has been studying survival shows. So she watches survival shows. She's, tried to be in these shows. She sent in videos, basically doing like a job application for these shows. She
Mm-hmm.
reads all these books. So, the best person you want to be with if you're ever on an island stranded is Linda. And Bradley happens to be the only one who survives who's a douchebag towards her.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of the premise of the whole thing is they got to work on that whole situation. And she ends up going crazy, ends up getting this weird like crush over him. Bradley ends up dying in the end. So that's kind of the premise of the story. Spoiler alert if you've never seen it. But let's move into some of the positives I had about it. I think the actors fit super well with their actual characters. So Rachel McKenna, is that who you said? McAdams?
McAdams.
Yes. As Linda, I think she did a really great job because when I'm looking at her character, I think she's super gross, really edgy. I'm just like, the way she's going around embarrassing herself, I'm like, I can't even watch this. I'm like, I'm embarrassed for you.
Rachel McAdams is such a good actress because we've seen The Notebook.
Yep.
And so obviously two very different characters. What is that one show she's in where she's Regina George? What is that movie called?
Regina George.
Yeah. Like that's so fetch. You have to know what I'm talking about. I want to say it's called like
I have no idea.
Mean Girls?
Oh, she is in Mean Girls.
Is that what that movie is called?
I have no idea, but I saw Regina George. I spelled that completely wrong.
He spelled Regina George like Regina George.
Whoa, okay. We don't need to dox me. Yeah, she's in Mean Girls.
Okay, so I feel like she has such a versatile, she's such a good actress. Oh my gosh, because you're right. In this movie, you guys, she looks so crummy. She looks gross. She's like just dressed really slouchy and her hair's kind of a mess. Ew, there's this scene. She had like tuna fish, like a crumb left on her face.
That was such a hard watch.
Arguably one of the best scenes in the movie because you can see the camera like zooms in on her face and you're just like staring at this chunk on her face, and then it zooms in on Bradley's eyes and he's like tweaking out staring at it. It was really funny.
Yeah. And he was sitting there and he was like
yeah. He's like
it's kind of like when you're talking to someone and you can like hear that their voice is kind of like snotty or like crackly in the back. You're like you're like
or when someone has like a booger in their nose and you're talking to them and you're like,
yeah, you're just like, you're like, Oh, it was so funny.
But throughout the movie, okay, did you notice that the more she was in her element, like thriving on the island, the more her appearance just like changed. She was like glowing, like somehow her clothes looked less weird.
Yeah,
like, she looked cute. Her hair was like, it wasn't just in a crazy ponytail. It was like flowing. Her face looked, whatever. She looked great.
Yeah, she looked better in arguably a bad situation for most people. But that was her element.
Yeah.
So that was crazy.
Ate that up.
But yeah, that's one of my points is Linda's character arc was super good. I mean, she went from this really weird character where you're like almost embarrassed, like such a hard watch.
The secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah. To then like, wow, she's really thriving. You're like, this is awesome. Good for her. Like, this is what she's always wanted to do.
Yeah.
Surviving on the island to bat crazy, Was that good?
That was good.
Yeah. So she just goes crazy. And she literally starts killing people because she doesn't want to leave. So Bradley's wife ends up coming to the island, finds the island.
It's his fiance, actually.
Oh, fiance. Sorry.
Oh, well, did we already say that Linda has a huge crush on Bradley? Like,
yeah, which you honestly don't really notice she does until she mentions it. At least I didn't.
Like at the start of the movie when she mentioned it?
Whenever she had mentioned it.
At the start of the movie.
Was it at the start of the movie?
Yeah.
When?
It was when she was like sitting talking to her bird.
She said she liked Bradley right there.
Yeah, she was saying something. She's like, blah, blah, blah. Oh, he's so cute. He was flirting with me at the Christmas party. Like, she had said something like that.
That makes total sense because I had thought this obsession over him just popped up out of nowhere on the island.
No.
So wait, that makes it almost even worse that she already was obsessed with him.
Yeah, that's why she was so excited to talk to him on his
Wow.
first date in the office. She was like mid bite of her tuna fish sandwich, got it all smudged on her face, and then had to stop him right outside of her cubicle. She was like, "Hi, I think you remember we spoke at the Christmas party," and he was like, "Oh, yeah, we did." Like, you could tell he wasn't into it.
Yeah. Wow, I didn't even catch that part. That's crazy.
Yep.
But and then Bradley, his character didn't really change much.
No,
But
I thought he would.
Dylan O'Brien played him pretty well. I mean, I've seen other people say that laugh was like really good. You know
When they
you
were like,
need me to recreate the laugh.
what laugh?
The one where the one where I don't even know
Where
if
they
I
were
wanna
sitting
try
around the
this.
fire?
It's the laugh where he's like that one.
What are you talking about?
His Bradley's laugh. It's like it's supposed to be a douchebag laugh.
Oh,
His laugh the entire movie.
didn't stick out to me. Maybe I hear it a lot.
Well, I did see in an interview. He's like, I think it was Jimmy Fallon. He was like, "You really nailed that douchebag laugh," and he was like, "Oh, thanks." He's like, "That's just my laugh," something like that. I don't know, but yeah. So moving on.
Wait, so that's just his laugh, and people are saying that he nailed
I
it.
don't know. It might just be him saying it.
Oh, it probably is.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Let's move on.
Did you expect the switch up from Linda? Because I thought that was crazy. I was, rooting for her the entire time. And when she had switched up, I have this hot take. I think Linda should have been the one to die. I want Bradley to live. I did not like Linda in the end.
I disagree. My thing is, yes, Linda was crazy and the switch up was really weird. But think about how Bradley treated her. Like, the way that he just thought he still had so much authority over her, even though they were on the island. He expected her to still work for him. And she would try to make a joke with him or do something. And he's like, I'm still your boss. And I think he just failed to realize that without her, he would have died on that island.
But did he deserve to die?
Yes, because he never had a change of heart.
He deserved to die for that.
I mean, okay, maybe he didn't deserve to die, but I don't think Linda deserved to die.
I guess. But I'm saying in general in that situation, I wish she would have died. Actually, no.
I disagree. I don't
Take that back.
I don't
She
think
deserves to die.
No, she doesn't.
She killed his fiance and that other random nice man. That was a nice man.
Oh, yeah. See, that wasn't right. Linda was crazy. But think about this. Think about her life that she had. Like, her being on the island was the biggest turning point for her life. Like,
Yeah.
she in the movie explains how she had been married before and her former husband was like crazy abusive. He was an alcoholic. And she said she would always hide his keys from him whenever he was drinking. And there was one night she just decided not to. He took his keys, drove away, got in an accident, and died. And then she gets this job. Well, I don't know if she was working at the office when this all happened. I'm assuming not. But then she works at the office and she's mistreated, even though she's like literally the backbone, arguably, of the whole place. She's doing so much work and her ideas are good. Like people were telling Bradley, they were like, oh, you gotta give her some like credit, like she is a really hard worker. I know she's weird. So I just think she was just misunderstood. And I think she was at her wit's end with Bradley, still just like not seeing her for her like true value.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he deserved to die, but I don't think she deserved to die either. And at the end of the movie, when she learns to golf and she's being interviewed, she's like kind of got her little famous moment. I'm like happy for her. I'm like, you know what? She's been through a lot. And I think this is like, I think she kind of deserved that happy ending.
I hated that ending. That is not a happy ending to me. That is a complete mock of Bradley to me. She learns to golf.
Bradley had, I think you just like Dylan O'Brien. Did you like Bradley?
Obviously not. I like Dylan O'Brien.
Shut up.
She learns to golf because of Bradley.
Yeah, to prove a point.
Yeah, that's horrible. You killed that man, and now you're golfing because of him? Nah.
But he was such a jerk to her.
And she's acting like she's the victim. Like, yeah, I survived on this island. No, you didn't. You killed everyone.
She did survive. She didn't stutter. She didn't say, she never said, you know, what happened. She never said that she was like, what am I trying to say?
I don't know. I think I'm right here. I think that's what you're trying to say.
No, that's not at all what I'm trying to say.
I mean, she literally said to that, she said, it wasn't easy on the island.
Is she wrong?
Yeah, it was easy for her. That was the...
No, it wasn't. Bradley made it really difficult.
Made it difficult for her to like force her into loving him, or him into loving her.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I think I can meet in the middle with you if you're willing to meet in the middle with me.
Mm-mm.
Bradley didn't deserve the ending that he got. And I think looking at his character, he had nothing to offer for the company. You're right. He was a douchebag. Like arrogant, cocky. He didn't have the work ethic she had. And then he just couldn't, like, his character never developed on from that. He was in such a good environment where I think a lot of character development could have happened.
I was surprised that he didn't develop. I thought
I was really surprised too. I thought he would have kind of like a change of heart, and like he just didn't. That's why I'm like, maybe it's sad he didn't get his happy ending, but he kind of did it to himself.
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel bad for him that he had to find out the hard way that his fiance was killed by Linda.
So sad.
That was really weird that she did that. Like, honestly, she should have just let his fiance rescue him, and she should have been like, honestly, I'll stay here.
Yeah, but she was just too in love with Bradley.
Mm-hmm. Do you think she was in love with him, or do you think she was more just like obsessed with him? Like the idea.
Definitely obsessed with him.
Because could you kill someone you're in love with? I don't think you could.
No. And then just like the whole being on the island, that was just so perfect for her.
Yeah.
She just didn't want that to end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't blame her because she had a bad life. Like, that was it was like a vacation for her.
You know what? There is one plot hole in this movie.
What?
You know when she was driving away in the end with her bird?
Mm-hmm.
How did the bird live?
I knew you were going to say that. Who took care of that bird?
Who took care of that bird? That's a question that needs to be asked.
Yeah, okay. We are on the same brainwave about this one. There was one point where I think Bradley had mentioned something. He was like, man, we've been on this island for like 2 weeks now.
Yes.
And he was like, when are they going to come looking for us? And she's like, it's not that bad. Like, first of all, she didn't care that she wasn't with her bird.
Yeah.
She didn't care.
You probably
another plot hole that I have. So, the only two that make it onto the island are Bradley and Linda, because they were sitting in their seats. They were all strapped in. But you know who else was sitting down and strapped in? The flight attendant. What happened to her?
Remember when she like swam and she got jump scared? That was the flight attendant. Her face was like, you remember that?
That was the flight attendant?
I think so.
I thought that was the other guy, not Donovan, but what was that other guy's name? Like the Asian guy.
I don't know. Oh, it actually could have been that guy.
I thought that's who it was.
I don't really remember. But I
Interesting.
mean, I guess yeah. If she probably just drowned then.
Yeah, she probably did. You know what I also liked about this movie is like, I think such a good balance between, um, like there was still a little bit of like humor, a little like it wasn't full on like scary. I felt like I needed to hide, but there were still moments where like there was some gore and things were getting weird.
This wasn't even a horror movie to me.
No, I don't think it was either.
I put that down as a negative. This is not a good horror movie. I don't even know what to categorize this.
Was this supposed to be a horror movie?
Yeah, it's like a horror comedy movie.
Well, if it's a horror comedy, I think
It's a horror / comedy.
I think they did that well. I think that was perfectly executed.
How is it like? I don't know. I don't think it's a horror. I feel like there's gotta be
maybe it's more of like action
comedy, maybe, or like survival comedy, something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's got to be a better category for that because it's not. There wasn't anything scary about the movie.
Yeah,
There literally wasn't a jump scare. Maybe one.
I think there was a jump scare when the boar that she was hunting like popped up in her face.
Yeah.
But if like okay, yeah, that being the scariest thing to happen in the movie, I get what you're saying. Maybe horror isn't the right label for this.
Right. Like I could sit a 4-year-old down in front of this movie and they would go to bed just fine.
Honestly, another really scary part is when she had him convinced she was gonna chop his balls off.
Ooh.
Wasn't that scary?
Yeah. I was feeling for him there.
Really?
That was cruel. Whew. And if she actually did that too, oh my gosh. And imagine if she just like cut him off. When she was doing that, I truly thought that she was gonna like end up tying him up and he was just gonna be like stuck with her forever. And oh my gosh.
I know. I thought the same thing. I thought she was gonna tie him up and like things were gonna take a weird turn. That's what I was expecting. So it was actually good to see that he could still be out and about and do his own thing.
Didn't really matter in the end.
Yeah, no. Also, I totally did not expect him to die. Yeah. I know I've been saying this whole time, like, yeah, his ending was kind of deserved, but it wasn't expected.
I didn't either. Poor Danny. Or what was his name?
Danny?
Bradley. I don't know why I thought Danny.
Poor Danny.
Is that his laugh?
I don't even know. Oh, maybe like, okay, I'm thinking about when they were laughing on the plane and he had that laugh. Otherwise, it's kind of hard for me to envision the laugh right now. Are you pulling it up?
Let's see if I can. Let's see.
You think you're so smart? Guess who you're talking to? CEO of Next Gen 500 company, baby. That's right.
Okay, so this is just a Dylan O'Brien edit.
Bro, we're about to get copyrighted for that music.
Yeah, facts. Dang, I just want to hear his laugh. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got about Send Help.
That's all I've got too.
Okay. Well, thank you guys once again for watching. If you're on YouTube, please give us a like, drop us a comment, what you think about our reviews, any other movies we should be watching coming up in the future. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music if you want to check us out there. Thank you guys for watching, and
we'll see you guys next time.